Thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. Three reasons why we back in effect. Once again, this your boy, the 209 Tiger, Stockton, California. I hope y'all ready. We back to spit some hot fire, and I'm here with my two bros.
CDP 209 out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Born and raised Stockton, California. Where there's smoke, there's fire. You know.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy, Common Sense Marcus. Raw, uncut, always. Holding down the 916 with this nigga Newsom on his way out, hopefully. But fuck all that. We're going to get into this show. Let's get it. Let's go.
Today, we got some fire subjects to talk about. We're going to talk about what's going on with Deshaun Watson. We're going to talk about some of these trans movements we've seen going on in the world and what it means for you and your family. Stop Asian hate. We're going to get into that. But first, we diving right into the biggest stories of the week. The shootings. What's going on? Atlanta, Colorado, big shootings. Now, the ramifications of all that and more, and the inside scoop right here. Who's going to start this off?
Me personally, real quick, about the shootings, like you got to be blind if you don't see the agenda. Like any pushback that Americans give to the government on any subject, let's just say like we can just say gummy bears, for example. They want to ban gummy bears. We push back on gummy bears. All of a sudden, there'll be a mass shooting, and the police will interview the guy who did the shooting and say, I ate a lot of gummy bears. I just felt like doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's always, if they want to ban something, then we don't agree with it and push back, they'll make up some type of incident or something dealing with that same thing that they're trying to ban from us. It is like only obvious. Like they've been doing this for years. Now they want to take our guns. Now we're pushing back, and got a logical reason to push back. Now here goes the incidents with the shootings. Now it's all kind of shootings going on. You know, it's just, if that alone, it's more to it that I think, but that alone, people should just open their eyes and realize, like, man, they run a game on us. You know, it's just all propaganda. They running game.
Propaganda indeed. Propaganda indeed. What do you think about that, Marcus?
Nah, real quick, I was looking, I'll jump on that, but real quick, I was looking at, get a little bit more information. And on CNN's favorite website, I don't know if y'all niggas like CNN, I can't stand them, but there's been 7 mass shootings in the last 7 days. Atlanta, March 16th. Stockton, California, March 17th, 5 people were shot. Oregon, March 18th, 4 victims. Houston, March 25 victims. March 28 victims in Dallas. March 20, just 1 person. I don't know how that's a mass shooting. And 10 people in Boulder, Colorado on the 22nd. But just speaking about this Colorado shooting,
5 people,
my
the mass
first
shooting?
initial reaction was like, what the fuck? Like, how do they always take a non-black man alive? Like, that was my first initial reaction. Like, this man supposedly just killed 10 people, it says, you know, and was shooting up the mall, just random people, random, blah. But they were like, sir, put the gun down. Sir, it's going to be okay, sir. Like, what the fuck? My official reaction, put a bullet in his head. If he killed 10 people, he deserves a bullet. Eye for an eye type of thing. So I would just always sit back like, all right, they're going to take him in. They're going to do whatever. But then when you see the picture, I think his name's like Ahmad, whatever, or I don't know his name. It's like some Muslim name. But then I started putting 2 to 2 together. I was like, here they go again. You know, people are starting to wake up with this corona shit. Here they go again. And then they're like, oh, let's get them to hate something else. Let them get to hate the terrorists again. Because we just bombed Syria. Motherfuckers ain't talking about that. We bombed in Syria. And then they're like, hey, or kids are at the border. They're like, hey, why is all these kids at the border? They're like, yo, get that false flag shooting going. Make sure his name's Ahmad or Muhammad or some shit where the people will get behind it and be like, oh, yeah. We can't stand that. That's my first takeaways.
You know,
It don't smell right. It don't smell right.
and And that's where let me jump in because I'm gonna come in. I had like three emotions. I think the first one was like what you were saying, like they just took this dude alive, because I'm not watching it. I'm just kind of like looking at it from work or whatever. Like, man, like whatever or wherever I was. And it's like the second one is they played the oh, he's some white dude, like he's getting off, whatever, and everybody kind of got caught up in that hoopla, and everybody's blowing me up, like, oh, I knew it, whatever. Then out of nowhere, there was like a plot twist where he was like Syrian or something, and it's like, and then nobody really had nothing to say after that, like that was it. Nobody really even cared about the dude no more. Once they found out, like you said, his name was like, whatever it is, that was it. It was like we moved on from the dude. I didn't hear nothing about no terrorist group. I didn't hear was he Al Qaeda or the Black Spiders or whatever they are now. It went straight to like, this is where I'm going with it, the ramification part. Now the Biden administration wants to pass a law where they can come into your home without a warrant if they believe you have a gun inside. Like how can you stop that? How can you tell lie from truth in that if someone's just like, you know what? That house got they blind closed. I think there's a gun in there. Let's go check it out. You know what I mean? That's just like a free. It's like, what's the point to? What are we doing with body cameras and then ask for stupid ass laws like this? Might as well get rid of the body cameras and let's just take it back to the 80s and 90s where, you know what, cops ain't killing people, but they'll whoop your ass up and down the street. You know what I'm saying? But like at least these laws are just getting so silly to
No,
just.
that was my fault. That was another one that I took away, like how Uncle Joe Pop, boy, could barely remember where he's at. But after this, and they said it was a automatic rifle, but supposedly they don't sell automatic rifles. So how the fuck did he have an automatic rifle? Criminals aren't gonna follow laws. But anyways, my point was after Joe Pop, after this happened, he was quick to have legislation like ready to go, like, hey, let's ban blah 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 blah. Like, nigga, this shit is planned. Like, a lot of this shit is planned. It's just a joke with these laws. They coming for your guns, in my opinion. So whenever they want to take over, they get less casualties.
Like, their reasoning behind this is they want to take away your ability to have high capacity magazines so you can't, you know what I mean? So let's just say hypothetically somebody couldn't mass shoot. But like Marcus is saying, 5 people are considered a mass shooting. So if you have you know what I'm saying? If you have a 12 round clip, now what are they going to say? You only can have revolvers? But like Marcus is saying, one person is being considered a mass shooting. So then what are they going to say? Well, you don't need a gun, period. You know what I mean? That's where it's going. They want your guns. That's the first step. Because once they take away your guns, then they could be like, yeah, well, we got the guns, you don't. Hey, go do this. Go to get out your house, whatever.
Look, let me ask you this, CDP. Do criminals follow the law? Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Tiger. Do citizens follow the law? Well, then why are you gonna make if citizens or criminals don't follow the law? How the fuck you gonna make some law where you can only have so many bullets or so many guns? You think a criminal's gonna be like, damn, I was gonna do a mass shooting, but they passed that law right there. I'm gonna rethink that. Like, come on, man. This is only punishing the people that want to go buy guns. This ain't punishing killers. Killers gonna be killers. There might be a knife mass stabbing or something, if they really want to kill people. This shit is getting crazy.
Like I said, I'm not saying I have a gun, or I'm not saying I don't have a gun, and I'm a honest, everyday hardworking civilian, but don't come in here because, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's like criminal. That's in the that's oh man, that's perspective,
They're trying to take all that shit so we can't defend ourselves also. They want to run up in our shit and be able to run up in our shit whenever they can, whenever they want to. They don't want to protect themselves. So they stop doing that. It's not going to do nothing. Just like you're saying, it's comparable to when marijuana was basically illegal. Motherfuckers still had it. You know, motherfuckers gonna have it, and now motherfuckers gonna have it even more now. You know, if they ban the guns, motherfuckers is gonna get more guns.
Yeah.
That's gonna make motherfuckers go buy more guns.
The thing is, like, I don't know about you guys, but the craze out here is ghost guns. Motherfuckers building their own guns and bullets. So it's like, you're going to take all the guns. There's people that's what they do for a living now. They're just making guns out of their house. So you know what I mean? So it's getting to a point with the technology, YouTube videos. It's just people are able to do it themselves. So pretty soon, we're going to get to a point to where it's like, well, why go buy this gun? We could just make our own for a fraction of the cost, like back in the days.
Yeah.
So what they're gonna do? Say you can't have metal? You can't
Yeah.
have, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here.
They ban guns, folks gonna find a way easily. You know, they ain't gonna stop it. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody gonna go back to the Pilgrims and the Indians. You know, the Pilgrims had the well, they had the gunpowder and the guns. Indians had arrows and shit. They had no chance. We ain't gonna go back to them days.
They had every advantage, but that's the one that mattered.
Yeah. We ain't gonna go. Ain't gonna get us back to them days. Fuck all that.
But out of all the shootings, we got to go back to the one that started it off, because it's gonna go take us into our next subject. The shooting in Atlanta, where they believed it was Asian hate motivated, which is a hot subject, especially out here where I live at in California. Not really in Stockton, because I don't know, like, our Asians shoot people, so you know what I mean. We don't, you know what I mean. It's like they don't have these issues. But stop Asian hate. Is that the new Black Lives Matter? Is that where we going? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, did the people leave Black Lives Matter at the top and then they jumped onto the Asian hate one? You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, hey, the streets is dried up over here. We about to go get it over here, baby. You know what I'm saying? They got work over here. We about to build this.
We got money on that. We got some money.
I mean, we brushed on it briefly, because I think when we talked about it a few shows prior, it was like at the right before it blew off, where we didn't even take it seriously. Like, it was just, we kind of like, you know, brushed it off because it just seemed like a joke. But now here we are, and it's a major issue on a political level. You know what I'm saying? So what is your guys' opinion on what's going on now with Stop Asian Hate?
They're trying to keep it going. The well went dry with Black Lives Matter. And lightweight exposed, but some people are still playing dumb. I think it's the thing that people just don't like admitting that they got duped. You know what I'm saying? People know that they got a fast one pulled over on them. I think it's this pride that people don't want to admit it, that they got ran through, so they just ignore it. Silence is their best way to just get over it and hope something else happens so it gets forgotten about. But basically, they're trying. This is just the rollover. They're going to the Asians. You know what I'm saying? I don't think the Asians gonna fall for that shit. You know, the Black Lives Matter. You know, black folks, we shoot each other. We argue with each other. We always hating on each other. The Asian community, them motherfuckers is together. Them motherfuckers, they get money with each other. They all live in one house. Everybody eats on one table. You know, they together. They're very proud. You know, we're separated. Black people are separated. Asians, their community is together. So I don't think it's gonna go too far with them. You know, I think the Asians gonna get that shit up out of there.
It's together by what part of Asia they're from, though. You know what I mean? Like,
shit, all of them, all the communities to me.
Like, what I'm saying is the Laos and the Cambodians, they get down different. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
I would say like the Asian communities together versus like Americans or Mexicans or Arabians, like as a whole. But then they hate each other too. From what I know, like Cambodians ain't fucking with Chinese or Japanese, don't always fuck with Chinese or vice versa. But if there's like them Asians, Filipinos, whatever, and there's some blacks, they're like, oh, we together on this shit. Let's spend our money over here or whatever.
But the thing with the Stop Asian Hate, it's not really Asians versus Asians. It's Asians being attacked.
No, yeah,
So
yeah.
That let me go and then I'll give it to you guys. Like when I think of Stockton, California, and the Asian families in Stockton, California, this is why it seems kind of fake to me. I don't never see an old Asian woman, and this goes in the Mexican culture too. You know what I'm saying? Like Chris said, blacks were a little more separated. We have, I don't know, like I said, how can I say this? From being on both sides, Mexicans have family issues, but they don't really let it disrupt things all the way off the rails. And I'm not saying all of them. They'll kind of keep that like, look, we're all family, so we got to kind of wherever. Where black people confuse and be like, we ain't talking to you for years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. But I've never been out and just seen some old Asian woman just by herself. You know what I mean? Like vulnerable to attack. Usually they're with the you know what I mean? They're with the son. They're with, you know what I mean? It's like the elder goes out, but the kids go with them. You know what I mean? If she go to the park, they go to the park. If she go to the store, they drove her to the store and they're waiting for her outside. Like, there's no way out here, not no way, but it's like, I couldn't see that happening out here because if a woman's out in front of her house, well, she lives with people that's right there watching her. They're not just by themselves out there in the open, like old Asian men and old Asian women, because the youth are always with the old. So maybe that's why. And then I can't, in the Bay Area, I'm like, how is this happening in the Bay Area? They have more, you know what I'm saying, Asian dialect people than Stockton.
Now, first, I just want to touch back on the last shooting. Whoever lost their lives, I'm sorry. Rest in peace, whoever lost their lives. The people who think it's fake, I'm not going to say if it's true or not fake, but you can fake shootings. You can't fake deaths. Check the funeral records if you think it's fake, but I'm sorry for that. And I'm sorry for Asian people getting robbed or punched. I got love for everybody, But my first initial reaction with this Stop Asian Hate, I guess it's been going for a while. I didn't know about it. The coworker had to tell me about it like it was a real deal. And then when he told me, honestly, I couldn't help but laugh a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. Hey, you got to get a hashtag to tell motherfuckers to stop hating on you. And then if you sit back and think about it, they say Stop Asian Hate because of coronavirus, right? That's how it started, coronavirus?
Yeah.
Yeah. So how the fuck you gonna, that's what I'm saying. We in this game. A year and a half after coronavirus came out, you're gonna be like, it's the Asians' fault now. Now let's get on the Asians. Nah, nigga, shouldn't this shit happen a year ago?
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's get the Asians right now. Why you gonna wait a year and a half when niggas are starting to die down from this corona and be like, hey, the Asians did this? That shit didn't make no sense. And then like you were saying earlier, is like, I seen the video where the old lady got robbed, out there in the Bay by a black dude or whatever, or a dark brown dude, could have been Cuban, whatever, by some sucker robbed that old lady, unfortunately. That tape looked old to me. That tape looked like a couple years old, like they had to just sit in there and there, hey, now's the time, Asian hate. Now, I'm sorry she got robbed. That's wrong, but that's not like an Asian thing to me. That's like a criminal seeing an easy victim and taking that shit. I just think they just pushing their fucking agenda with this shit. Like, I'm not hating Asian people. Anybody that hates on Asian people in America for something that the real government did with this coronavirus, you a fucking fool. You should take your vaccine and shut the fuck up. But I'm sorry that it's just sad that we have to have a hashtag, Stop Asian Hate. The fuck? And like y'all was saying, what happened to Black Lives Matter? They just shifted gears like, hey, that is dying down. Let's go stop Asian hate. That's the new thing. We just so programmed. That's my thing. We just so fucking programmed.
But it's like my mother-in-law. Like, she's never by herself. So to go punch my mother-in-law, like, you would have to catch her at a specific time in the day where somebody is inside the house and she is outside the house watering her plants. If you're staking out, that's your opportunity. Other than that, there's an adult accompanying her at all times. So it's like for me to believe these things, like it's like I don't
Well,
see it just because I see a lot of Asian families. You know what I mean?
well, let me ask you this. Like, I wouldn't hate for this to happen, but let's say your mother-in-law is walking and somebody just comes up and like, bam, socks her in the face. Are you gonna be like, that's Mexican hate right there? Is that gonna be your first initial reaction? Or is that just a motherfucker that
I'll
needs
be
to
like,
die
this,
real
like, yeah,
quick?
you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'll be like, this is a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, they putting that Asian hate on shit. Like, come on, man. Like, that's constantly trying to divide and separate us. Like there's an issue. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't like to see people old, especially old or children get robbed. I don't like the vulnerable that get taken advantage of. I hate that. But to make a political movement, like I forget if it was California or Hawaii or somebody was like in political was like, hey, we're not doing shit, Joe Biden says, until he gets an Asian person on his cabinet. Man, fuck you. I'm the president. I put whoever I want on there. Don't try to force me to put an Asian person because you feel some type of way. I, I don't know, man. That's my 2 cents about it. I'm sorry that they getting punched in their face. I'm sorry they're getting slurred, but niggas been through worse than that, and they ain't gonna be like, stop black hate. I don't know.
And Kamala Harris is Asian American now.
Is she?
Crazy, man. How you go from black to Asian American now?
She got that vote already.
But and like I said, and I'm saying this as just far as what I see. I'm never, like you said, like what I'm saying, like sad for anybody who really going through some Asian hate. I'm just saying from what I see in Stockton. I don't know if anything like that happened in Stockton because I haven't seen and heard about it. It seems like it's going outside of Stockton. That's all I can speak about. I mean, because the Asian community is like it's a, it's a big, good part of Stockton. So it's like we all equal pretty much out here. So that's why it's like, I don't know. Like, it seems like that movie Boogie came out and there's been some things going on that's kind of like, man, this thing is kind of like all kind of timed at the right time. Like, like Jeremy Lin is saying something like that. I don't know. Have y'all seen that movie Boogie?
Uh,
Yeah.
It's like dudes is always hating on him because he's an Asian trying to play basketball and he's been counted out because of his race and they out there calling him egg roll and this and that. It's crazy. Like I said, it was cool, low budget movie, but that is what it is.
I'm trying to look for that what's that governor dude trying to run for like governor of New York or whatever, Yang or something like that. That's what made it a big deal. That nigga something Yang out there in New York trying to run for governor, and somebody was hating on him because he's Asian, and they were like, stop the Asian hate. I think you sent it to me with that crisis actor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There was, and that one was fake. Yeah, my bad. I did let that go. They had that one. He was accused of what did he do?
Punching an
Like,
Asian dude. He punched some Asian dude on the subway train.
yeah, and then the week before that, he was an actor for like, you know what I'm saying, like coughing in somebody's face or getting arrested or whatever it was. So yeah, there's some shady things on the works. Also, what you said?
I was just say it's just funny on the like you said on the timing. Like when shit dies down and people start to be like, we're gonna focus on something else. It's like, no. It's like what's that? When you try to get a baby's attention, you jingle the keys in front of them, like, hey, look over here, look over here. Yeah. That's what they're doing to us. Like, look over here. But yeah, that's all I was gonna say. Like, just
But no, like I said, on to that. What the other big, you know what I'm saying, hate group victim that's out there according to news and other multimedia is the LGBT community, but more specifically the trans community. What is your guys' feel on where we stand with that? Trans lives matter.
oh Lord Jesus.
I don't understand why they get so much attention. Like your sexual preference is your sexual preference. The only person that should be worried about another person's sexual preference is the person in the bedroom with that person. You know what I mean? Nah, if as far as other people seeing them walking down the street and all this stuff and trying to do something to them because of that, those people need to be thrown in jail, thrown under the jail or something. Because people need to just learn how to mind their own business. But at the same time, I don't understand I don't have a problem with the trans or whatever. Only time I have a problem with them is, like I said, I'm never going to approach one of them sexually or whatever. But they need to let it be known more. Not for me, but for people out on the dating scene. If somebody's like trying to holler at you and they think you are what you are,
Oh yeah.
let them know from the jump, because you could get killed. You could put your life in danger. You could put your life in danger playing with somebody like that.
Yo, you holler at a girl, you got to see that birth certificate. Like, hey man, I got to see that birth certificate. Okay.
They need to let that. They need to let that be known, like what you are. Don't try to be pushing and getting over on a lie or somebody, or like, cause I've seen some stories where a dude messed with a trans, thought it was a woman. They messed around, did their thing. The trans got mad at the dude and want to go out exposing the dude and all this shit. All this stuff. That ain't right. That ain't wrong. I mean, that ain't right. You can lose your life. So that I have a problem with. And second, I don't understand why they have to go out and be all loud and flamboyant and all this stuff in public, in the grocery stores and stuff, and just swinging their arm. Like, I be wanting to just walk up to one and be like, okay, you want to be a woman. Look around this grocery store at all these women walking around and ask yourself, are they acting all loud and crazy like you're acting right now? Are they dressing how you're dressing right now? They're just doing too much. That's the only ones I have problem with. The ones that lie about who they are, what they are, and the ones that's just all loud and just obnoxious and flamboyant. Like you ain't got to do all that.
I know. It's gonna be like Ray Finkel. Remember on Ace Ventura when he turned her around? He got to start doing a lot of that and shit.
That's like hella funny experience. I can't remember the story. They're at a bar or something, and one of his friends, and they were like, "Nah, that's a dude, man. That's a dude." They're like, "Nah, that ain't that." And he said his friend went up and he just grabbed his nuts.
Oh shit!
I just think about like, what about
grabbed up under the skirt like, and showed up it was a dude, and then the dude took off running out the bar and shit. Like, man, know who you are, man, because they could put their life in danger or somebody else's life in danger.
No, like I said, I'm with you. Like, I think the question was like the trans hate or whatever. So I'm gonna try to break that down into some segments, like
everything. Because they got a whole new wave going. It's changing like every day.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like, I'm gonna try to do the best I can on this, because if you watch any of my podcasts, you should know how the fuck I feel already. But I want to open up a can on this shit real quick. So first, just like the Asian hate, you shouldn't get hated on because you Asian or you Mexican or you African or whatever. Don't get hated on just because of that. You stupid as fuck to hate on that just because of that. So I might not agree with you because you trans or whatever, but I'm not gonna run up on you and hate on you, spit on you, cuss you out or whatever. I do agree with CDP though, that they're a little over the top, but if they want to get heard, that's how they want to get heard. All right. My problem with the transgender or the gays or the lesbos or whatever the fuck they want to be classified is this. Stop forcing me to think the way you want me to think. And stop trying to have my kids make you think a certain fucking way. And you probably like, Hey, you crazy. This is I think one of y'all sent me this. Let me see if I get that.
Yeah.
New York school seeking to ban the words mom and dad. Stop transgender hate. Protect the trans kids. Man, fuck your trans kids. The fuck? Your trans kids wouldn't be here without what? A mom and a dad. Wake the fuck up. Like that's the shit I have a problem with. Stop trying to overturn the apple cart. Stop trying to reinvent the wheel. If you want to be trans and take it to the ass, suck a dick, fuck a chicken, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. That's your business. But stop trying to force me to accept you or to validate your feelings because you don't want to validate mine. Because if you're like, oh, I'm trans, you got to respect that. Okay, fine. Then respect the fact that I say fuck you. That's how I feel about that all the time. You won't respect the fact that I'm cool with that. I want nothing to do with that. I'm the enemy because I'm trans hating. But you want to force feed this shit? Stop mom and dad? Nigga, there wouldn't be one trans person in this world without a mom and a dad or an egg and a sperm donor. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. That's the hate that I'm for. Stop that bullshit. But like I said, if you want to walk down the street in a leotard and high heels and some fucking what was that dude wearing a Wendy's wig? You know what I'm saying? You want to do dumbass shit like that? More power to you, man. You know what I'm saying? But don't try to force feed me and my family, dude. Fuck you on that.
Show that picture of the nine.
You want to see the picture, man?
I would show it.
I'll show the people the picture so they can see it. Look, man. Hold on, man. I can't believe.
Man, you know what fucked me up while you find that picture? You know what fucked me up? Man, my homegirl Juno turned into a man. I was like, oh, Juno, what happened? Like, she's a dude? Like, what the hell?
Look, here's that picture this Little Nas, by the way. This shit he promoted. Look at this dude. Look at this disgusting shit. Disgusting that shit. Now you want to do that, that's fine. But little kids look up to you. And you like
so that picture again.
It ain't worth it. It ain't worth the money, man. It ain't worth the money.
Love for money, man.
But my last take, like I said, the poster was like protect trans kids. I don't want to get too twisted. I'm like protect all kids. But just like if I believe in the Bible, I believe a man and a woman. I ain't gonna knock on your door or walk around in front of your schools and be like, you know, trans kids go to hell or whatever, or trans people. I ain't doing that. So why you in front of my kid's school saying trans accept us? Man, shouldn't it be like accept all? Like stop trying to isolate the shit. That's my shit.
I think
Lil Mom was trying to Lil Ma, or whatever her name, rapper.
Oh, okay, yeah.
She's trying to start a movement now for heterosexual.
Yeah, that's what's up. You got to shit. If not, they're gonna take that from you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A long time ago, about a couple years back, I said, pretty soon, this shit going so crazy. Pretty soon, I said it back with a nightclub in Florida got shooting, that gay club. I said, pretty soon, straight motherfuckers, it's gonna flip. Like straight motherfuckers is gonna have to hide in the closet.
Dude, we were saying that way before the podcast. You know what I'm saying? We knew where this was going. But dude, I seen that live. The first woman, I seen it live on CNN. She was like, I was trying to get out. There was someone on the other side of the door saying like, I'll never forget that shit. They probably took that shit off of YouTube, whatever. But right when the shooting happened, they were interviewing some of the survivors outside, and it was a black woman. And she was trying to get out, and she said there was someone holding the door on the other end saying, there's people out here with guns, just stay in there.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
You know what I mean? That shit, I mean, like I said, like, I don't want to go there, you know what I mean? Because obviously we filming off of something, we're recording off of something, but I have some highly suspicious, you know what I'm saying, feelings about that shooting. But, you know what I'm saying, that's all I want to say about that. Go ahead.
Oh shit, we just talking about the fucking the hate, the transgender hate.
Okay, yeah, let me go then. My issue with that is when we talk about protect trans kids, well, fuck, we talking about elementary school. Like, you can't call your parents like you raise your child, right? You raise them. Okay, Carl's the dad, Maria's the mom. You know what I mean? So therefore, my name is replaced with dad, and her name is replaced with mom. So now you're telling me you got to program my child to call me Carl and to call her Maria. But prior to walking to school, that means you would have to start training your child early to adapt to school that you are Carl and that she is Maria. Therefore, you're teaching them at a young age to not respect their parents, to respect the system, respect the program. You know what I mean? Like you would have to start de-educating your children right before you put them through. It's going to start with parents. It's going to start with religion. It's going to start with your history. Basically, they want you to teach your child that, you know what I mean, to have a clear head. So once they put you in school, they could start implanting a lot of bullshit in there. That's how I feel they're going. I mean, if you can't do something as simple as and basic as saying parents and God, well, what can you teach your child before school? You know what I mean? That trans lives matter? Well, fuck, that's all they're gonna know going to school. Hey, what do you like? I don't know. You know what I mean? Well, what do you know? Well, trans lives matter? Like, okay, well, perfect. You know, all y'all going to the same bathroom, all y'all wear the same clothes, all y'all, you know what I mean? That's where they want you to go. That's where the government wants you to take it.
Yeah, that's another point. Like I said, I just gotta keep saying, like, I ain't got no problem.
Everybody get toys from the same area. You know what I mean? What the fuck?
That's them attacking and force feeding. Like I said, they attacked the restrooms first. Like a urinal was offensive. Like, come on, man. Like, that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, you just touched on it real quick. I'm tired. Or boys' toys or girls' toys are offensive to somebody. Like, come on, man. Like, everybody don't have to get along. Everybody don't have to think the same way. That used to be the great thing about America. You could have your opinion, I could have mine, but we could still coexist. Now, if I don't agree with you, I'm a bigot or a racist or I'm bad or something like that. Like, come on, man.
It's because society today is all about putting you in a box. It's all about boxing somebody. Man, you couldn't find one person that, and I'm trying to think back. Did I ever in high school? Did I ever maybe before that, you know what I'm saying? Be like, I had a problem with them because they was gay. Dude, every gay person that probably know me either probably be like, that fool's hella cool. That's my friend. Or be like, yeah, I know him, you know what I'm saying? Like, he say what's up, he do a moving, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody ever be like, you know what I mean? Like, or racist, you know what I mean? I got some of my closest friends are Asian, or, you know what I'm saying? Mexican, white, black. Some are Asian, Filipino, you know what I'm saying? I got friends that's Fiji, you know, I chop it up with everybody. I'm in the wind like that. But, you know, it's like, now it's like, oh, well, if you like I said, I don't want to take it there because that brings in a lot. But if you like Donald Trump, you don't like all these races. And it's like, what are you talking about? Everybody's trying to just divide everybody. You can't just all live on the same land no more and just be neighbors. I remember Stockton was like that. You just lived in a neighborhood and everybody just networked and did it moving. You know what I mean? Race didn't matter, whatever. If you lived on Filbert Street, these was the people on Filbert Street. If you lived on, you know what I'm saying, like Kentfield, these are the people who live in Kentfield. And the people who lived on Kentfield went to school with me, and I knew them, and we became friends. And they was Asian and black and everything.
Everything. They was poor folks. We was just poor out there in Kentfield.
And everybody got along fine, but everybody came in with their family's culture, believing what they believe in. We all wasn't forced to believe the same thing. We all wasn't forced to believe like Black Lives Matter, or we wasn't forced to believe that all lives matter, blue lives matter, stop Asian hate, trans lives this. Everybody just got along off the jump. That was it. All we cared about was Niners versus Cowboys, or who gonna win more, Raiders or Niners, like things like that. You know what I mean? Like, nobody ever looked at it like that at that age.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why they, like, growing up over our period, they constantly force feeding. I was looking for the Dave Chappelle Netflix joke where he was talking about when he did his show years back in the early 2000s. Uh, he wanted to have a skit where he was like, you faggot," and the way he said it was hella funny. But they was like, "Hey, yo, Dave, you can't say that," and he was like, um, "Why can't I can't say faggot, but I can say nigger on my show?" And they were like, "Well, Dave, it's because you're not a faggot." And he was like, "Well, Susan or whatever is, I'm not a nigger neither." It's like they just protect that word, like that community so much, and they want to force feed that shit down our throats. That's what I'm just done with. Like, I respect you as a person first, but stop, like you said, stop trying to divide us. Stop trying to force feed our kids so the next generation is just soft as fuck, some snowflakes.
But you notice they suppress that racism goes on in the gay community too and the trans community. That's a big issue, but it's almost like this. When you, and I'm not trying to say that because I don't want to make it sound racist, but it's almost like a union. And if you guys have ever been in a union, which I'm in one of, it's like you can't speak out against your union member. You get what I'm saying? Like the police department is a union. Like you can't speak on your other cop without going through the proper channels first, and that's kind of like that. But it's racism in the gay community too. It's not just like, oh, you're gay, we don't see color. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're trans, you're one of us. That's racism too. I mean, nobody's perfect. It's not like, oh, because they're gay or they're trans or they're LGBT, BT, like they're perfect and you're not, or they're better than you, or they don't hate like you hate. I mean, everybody's the same.
Yeah, that's why, like I said, that's why it's just another thing to divide us, and it's just getting sad. Like I said, I'm not out there like forcing you to believe or the way I think it should be reciprocated, and that goes with straight people too. I'm not just bashing on the transgenders. If you a gun toting, beer drinking, Fourth of July lover, that's cool. I respect some of that, but don't force that to my kids. Like, hey, this is how it has to be. Like, stop. Let kids develop on their own. That's all I'm saying. Let them think however they want to think on their own. Let them start waking up to the bullshit instead of you forcing their agenda on them, and then everything else is the bullshit. It's the future, man.
Everybody's gonna get along anyways. I mean, you put a bunch of kids around with a basketball, they're gonna play basketball.
Yeah. They ain't gonna worry about if it's an orange basketball or leather basketball or what. Yeah, they're just gonna play.
Yeah. But moving on from the trans, we're gonna get it to my man Deshaun Watson. What's going on, my boy Deshaun Watson?
Crazy. It's crazy. We was at work a couple of days ago, and we were just talking about that, like how everything is a coincidence happening in his life. And there's like 2 or 3 different scenarios came up. One is like the one that's going on that we see, like girls coming out of nowhere. And then I saw me and my coworker was like, man, that owner probably paid them women off some money to come out with that story to ruin his career. Because when you're dealing with Texas and money, big money in Texas, it's like once you're in, you're signed in blood. Like there's no going back. Like you can't go against the Texans, you know. And now he out there talking about this, that, and the third. Like either that you pay the women off, or whoever the Texans football team owner has been paying them women off to stay off his ass, and now he wants out of Texas, and he's like, "Oh, you want out? Oh, we gonna stop paying these women to be quiet. We gonna stop. Now the money is stop coming into the women. Now the women is like, oh, fuck this. This motherfucker over here raping us. You know what I mean? So either he's paying them to shut up, or he stopped paying them, and now they coming out like this motherfucker been raping us. You know what I mean? It's just a coincidence because of the timing. Out of all these women, they're boldly coming out now. At the same time, he wants out. How come nobody came out last year or the year before, or when he was a rookie and he wasn't even that big? You know.
Nah, I'm kind of with you. Like, check the time. Oh, go ahead.
I'm just saying, there's something up with that. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. Check the time, But first, shout out to the Niners. I did want the shot, the Sean on the Niners. But when I first heard the story, it was just one allegation, and I was like, "Oh man, they're trying to get paid, whatever. They want that hush money," and he wasn't with it. He came out on Twitter or Facebook. It was like, "I look forward to clearing my name." So I was like, "All right, he's standing tall. We'll let the shit, fall where it may." But then another one, and another one. I think it's up to like 12 now. Now I'm like,
19.
Oh, this boy, man. How much?
19.
19. Oh my God. Now I'm like, this boy got a problem. Like, if it's they paid to hate on him, that's one thing. Or if or they were paying him to be quiet and now they're like, hey, don't be quiet no more. That's another thing. But 19, nigga, you got a problem to put yourself in that situation to have 19. Like, from what they say, he just go gets a massage. He get rubbed down and he's like, hey, little extra love down here. Like, come on, man. You're doing too much. I don't care who you is. Like, when you hot, they'll keep their mouths quiet, to CDP say. But when you piss them off, oh, here comes all the dirt you did for the last 4 years, like, blah, 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 to try to smear your name. So I don't know what's true or not, but it's an ugly look for that boy Deshaun, though. It's a real bad look. And I think that's what they want. They want that bad look because he tired of whatever. So they want that bad look right now, and it's just interesting on the timing.
It's like you signing with the devil, man. The money's good and all that, but when it's time to collect, he comes to collect and he comes hard, man. T.I., Tiny.
Yeah, yeah.
I ain't making the hits like he used to. You know what I'm saying? You're not generating the money like you used to. Now look what happens. They get rid of your ass. You go against them like Watson. They'll destroy you. They'll destroy you. Or even all this stuff going on, we used to laugh at and all this shit. The dude Orlando Brown with Codian guy.
Yeah.
We used to talk about him and laugh at him and stuff.
The one that says Nick Cannon gave him head. Did he say Nick Cannon gave him head?
Yeah.
Or he hit that. He said one of them two or something like that, or he blew Nick Cannon. It was like so crazy.
Will Smith fucked him when he was a kid. Now with all this stuff going on, there's pictures of Little Nas, right? This stuff is out in public for public to see. This ain't no like, oh, we found this in a safe in a Little Nas' safe. We found this picture. We got to put it out. This is a public picture out. Like, here, look, everybody. Oh yeah, my Nikes are coming out next week. Take your kids to go get some. Like, come on. Like people really gonna take their kids out to buy that shit?
Shit's crazy, but no, like
all you used to worry about was when I was a kid, NWA and stuff like that. Folks just come on my house because my mom didn't give a fuck about the cussing. So people just come over and listen to music at my house. Now these days, it's not the cussing. You hope that's all the kids is listening to is cussing. Now it's devil worship and all this shit. It's buying shoes with blood. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, man.
Out in the open, like it's branding now. Like, you cool if you do this shit. Right. But I just want to say one story real quick before you touch on Deshaun Watson. Well, they'll fuck you. Anytime they want to fuck you, they'll fuck you. Going back to Dave Chappelle, we all love Dave Chappelle's show. That nigga was doing like crazy. Cat Williams told a story where they used to call him Pilot Boy Dave Chappelle because he had 19 pilots and nobody wanted to fuck with him. And then he had a contract with Comedy Central. It was like, hey, you make money, you get half, I get half. Well, this dude made like $500 million, blew up too big. They were like, you made too much money. The contract's nil and void. We'll give you 10%. So 50 million of 50 million of the 500 million. Dave Chappelle turned around and was like, what will my fans think when you're trying to fuck me like this? They were like, oh, your fans will think you a crazy crackhead by the time you get home. Sure enough, what did we think? Oh, that nigga bailed to Africa because he turned down 85. We were like, oh, how stupid is this nigga turning down money? We didn't know the shit behind the scenes, how they raped him and he stood up for his grounds. And they were like, all right, fuck, we just gonna make you crazy. So they believe us. Cause I thought the dude was crazy. The dude ain't crazy. That dude just knew the system was fucking him and wanted to get out.
Dude's sister, his sister got some audio out, an audio video talking about like he that ain't him. Like what's walking around now, that's not her brother. That's what she said. That's not my brother. You know, it's basically like
Okay.
her sister. She got some audio. It's on. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but she said he called her before he was about to go down there to the it's like a cloning thing or something going on. He called her and she told him not to go. His cousin, I mean, Dave Chappelle's cousin, female. And she told him not to go and he ended up going, and next thing she didn't hear from him for a while, and next thing you know, this is walking around on TV, the more meat on his bone, and you know, she's like, that's not my cousin. You know, that's what, but you know, they're keeping her quiet. You know.
My thing with Deshaun is, I'm always leery when a woman wants to come after you on civil charges, like, because I'm thinking you can't put a price on your pride, your self-esteem, your manhood, your womanhood, your religion, like things of that nature. It's like, I know this is off topic, but we were talking at my in-laws' house a week or so ago, like a Sunday or two, about the vaccine. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, there's like talking to me, about it or whatever, and there's things that we have coming up, and there was like, well, what if these require you to take the vaccine? And I was like, well, then I'm gonna have to find another way, or I probably wouldn't do it. And that caused like some debate, you know what I'm saying? But it just depends, like what would you put a price on what you believe in? You know what I mean? That's how you know what I mean? For me, it's like, I don't know, like, it depends, like 50,000. If someone paid you 50,000, would you take the shot? How strongly you're against it? Like, you know what I mean? If your job said, well, you know what, then you can't work here. Would you take a shot to keep that job? Is the job that good? You know what I mean? I think of things like that with Deshaun Watson and the women. Like, is a little bit of a bag, is that enough for you? If somebody really violated you like that, you wouldn't want that motherfucker behind bars. You wouldn't want him fucked up. You wouldn't want him dead. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I think. I mean, to go, like, you're gonna go after him for some change and shit. Like, motherfucker violated a grandma, and it's like that's what you're talking about? Like, you know what I mean? 100K? Well, what is that? You know what I mean? Women, old women have pride too. You know what I mean? Hey, man, my grandmother, God rest her soul, or my other grandmother, they wouldn't be want no money. They'd be like, nah, man, I want that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Whatever's the worst that can happen to him, that's what I want. I mean, yeah, the money comes or whatever, but it's like, when someone who's had money before, like my grandmother, like, I don't think like money can, like, yeah, she would like it, but once someone has had money before, offering them money isn't the same effect. Like, money, like, I could get my own money. That's when I look at 19 counts of civil, even like T.I., it's like, why nobody wants him locked up? Why does everybody just want his money?
Like, that's a good point. Like, touching on that real quick, as far as the women he violated, I won't even touch it, the T.I.'s bullshit. But as far as the women he violated, if it's just about money, then that makes me think, were you upset he didn't offer you money from the jump? Like, you put a price on something, then, like, for him to do whatever. Because either, like you said, either you truly violated and nothing's going to be good enough until you get that revenge or that justice, or there's a dollar sign attached to it somewhere. Like, this amount will be enough. Okay, thank you.
I don't really know how the law goes, but I think I don't think they have enough evidence to criminally prosecute him.
Right.
Criminally. You know what I'm saying? But civilly, they could get something out of him. And, you know, to a human being's opinion, when somebody loses a case like this in civil court, he may not be in jail, but in your mind, in people's mind, you're still a fucking rapist. So
yeah, without a doubt.
It's like you're in jail still. You know, it's like you've been convicted. You know,
court of public opinion.
So maybe I think they don't have enough to get him criminally, or else they would. It's some reason why. It's some reason why they can't do it criminally, or they don't have enough to do it criminally. I don't know if it's because they were supposed to do a massage on him anyway.
Well, 19 is a lot though. Like that number, just like, oh Lord Jesus, that's a lot.
I heard 22. I heard like 14 of them, like actually are going in for a case, but there's like 22, 24 women accusing, but only like 14 are actually going into the court.
Cause I'm like probably 1 to 3 is like a classic he said, she said, like a misunderstanding or whatever. He's too comfortable. But 19, 22, 14 is like, dude, there's some kind of pattern here, or there's some kind of catch that I'm not seeing, or there's something here. Like, what the hell?
Well, I said that, or either Watson said, hell no, I ain't joining, and they doing them just like the guy from Louis, the rapper kid that just got hit by the feds. He running, you know, hell no, I ain't doing it. And he's talented too. He can generate money. They gonna get you one way or the other. They gonna get you. That's why if this stick for young boy NBA or whatever, I guarantee you he gonna come out when he get out, whenever, he gonna be, something about him is gonna be different. Something's gonna be off. Like that one boy, he don't look the same. You know, the other rapper, Kodak Black.
Yeah.
He don't look the same. You know, he was young. He probably got older, but there's just something about him in his eyes. He just don't. It's not right. You know, it's not right.
But on the other, like, I just keep it 100. Hey, Deshaun, take care of your civil matters. You know, I hope you ain't no serial pervert or rapist or some shit like that. I hope there ain't too much smoke there. I mean, I hope there ain't no fire because there's a lot of smoke. But if you want to come play for the Niners, you know what I'm saying? You could throw a ball. I'll take that all day long. Like, you know what I'm saying? Throw that fucking ball. But if you gonna get suspended and all that, oh man, I don't know. It just seems like all these stories we're talking about. It just seems the timing from the Asian hate to the fucking shooting to the Deshaun Watson. There's timing in all this. It just don't make sense.
I just was like, how can you, even if he was to lose, like, let's say he lost 5 of these civil trials, but beat 11 or whatever it is, like, or beat 9. It's like, how long are you gonna suspend him for some he say, she say? Like I almost just feel like, okay, like I said, I just look at it from why, like when it happened to Kobe, I look at it like why would he have to do that? Like, why would Deshaun could call up, you know, hypothetically, the top music video IG model there is, professional hoe there is, and get her out there, and he, like, why would he have to like grope an old woman masseuse? Like, you know, like just like just regular things I would think about. Like, why, like Deshaun? Like, now if you told me it was like the punter of the team or something, and the punter was looking hella grislier, like maybe, but I mean, and I haven't seen no facts either side, so I'm not saying anything one way or another, but Deshaun, like 26, 27 years old, like he would have to do these types of things.
Folks got fetishes, man. Folks got fetishes. Folks like toes, you know. Folks like fingers. Folks like just, you know, they're like weird shit, you know. You know, they gotta, They like having sex with Butterfingers. you know.
But that's what I'm saying. Some of these cases are going to be like he inappropriately touched my foot, and it's like, well, how much are you going to suspend the guy for that? He inappropriately, you know what I mean? Like he rubbed on my thigh hella hard. Like, oh, I mean, you're going to suspend.
I heard this a couple that said they finished them off, but they felt, like they were scared, like they were forced into it. It's like a couple that did the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like, just rubbed them. A couple of them finished them off. Like they said that he forcefully made them do it. So.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say. Like touching on that, like fetish shit. Like people from like history, people with power or money and power, they get like that entitlement in their brain, like they could just do or have or take whatever they want. Now, I'm not saying that's Deshaun's case. I don't know, but I will say, going back to the court of public opinion, it don't look right, and I think that's one thing they wanted to get out of all of this, to make that dude come down a couple notches. At least come down. Because if he forced him to take it all the way, that's criminal charges right there. That's like maybe third degree, fourth, fifth degree, like, something, misconduct, something. That's a criminal
if he
something,
like Carl said, if he beats like 5 of them, and like one of those 5 was like forced, 2 of those 5s or whatever was forcefully, whatever, and it's proven, then they probably could go to court, for a criminal, Maybe this is a stepping stone to take it to the next level, I don't know.
Because it all does seem like it's all tied into his trade request. Like one of them lives like down the street from the owner of the team or something. Like one of the first women was like neighbors to one of the owners or something. Is like something like that or something. You know what I mean? It's like they get it. They won for the most part, because right now the Niners traded. They were in probably the best position to trade for Deshaun, but then it's like, well, you're going to give up all these picks and maybe a player or 2 for a guy you don't know if he could play. You know what I mean? Shit, you don't know what's going on. To me, I'd be like, no harm, no foul, but I see, like, the Texans got that because they're making moves, like, all right, Deshaun's off the table for right now, and he's going to be fighting this for the next probably 2 years. All these women. So the Texans are going to keep him there miserable probably for the next 2-3 years.
On a side note, what's going on with the Texas GM or owner? What the fuck they doing with that football team? Like just letting people go, cutting people, sitting people down. Like something's happening behind the scenes where motherfuckers just be like, I want to go. I'm done.
Shit, they always been at the. When the Texans first started, you see that they was making the playoffs and shit. You know what I mean? They was going to the AFC, like a game away from the AFC championship, like 3 years in a row. You know what I'm saying? They just barely started losing, like 3 years ago. For the last 4 years, probably they ain't used. So the last 3 or 4 years they've been losing. So. The players got old. They cleaning house. You know what I mean? It started with Andre. When Andre retired, the receiver, that's when the dominoes started falling. Everybody got old. Everybody played out. So everybody like, it's time to start to rebuild. Then they got lucky with Watt. Watt came out of nowhere. They rode his shit for a little bit. Now he gone. Now they back rebuilding again. And Watson like, shit, I ain't here for no rebuild. I want to win.
I'm interested to see what the Niners do at 3. I'm still not sold on John Lynch, but like I said, I do like that they just went for it now, because I don't think they're going to be lower than 12 if Jimmy G plays at least 6 games next year. You know what I mean? Like they're going to have a nice backup. They're going to have a rookie. So this was the time for the Niners to strike if they were going to get a quarterback in the draft, because next year I think they're going to be in the 20s regardless. or the 30s. Like the minimum, I think they're going to the playoffs. I think they'll win the division, but I'm biased. But it's like this was the time from pick 12 to jump as high as you can to get somebody you believe in if you don't believe in Jimmy. So Deshaun, that was a pipe dream. Like I said, Deshaun messed up when he signed that extension for God knows what reason with the Texans. But that ain't happening no time soon. So like I said, I give him props for making that move and taking a chance, going all in. But yeah, Deshaun.
He signed that extension, and Hopkins got traded.
Yeah.
Fucked it up.
And before that, they got rid of Clowney, and then like you said, J.J. Watt, and I think Fuller pissed off. Like if you're a Texas fan, you like, what the fuck? I gotta jump back on Dallas now? What the fuck? It's all bad, but yeah, Deshaun, man, I hope everything comes on the up and up. What's done in the dark always comes in the light. Always comes in the light. So, hey.
And LeBron James still riding that boat. That boy, 20 years. That squeaky clean boat, man. 20 years in the game, you got a jaywalking ticket.
Pay good money for that.
Yeah, even Jordan went down for gambling. Like, come on, man, this nigga right here.
I seen somebody else was talking about his tattoos, like you talking about, like somebody else was trying to jump on that.
Well, you see his introduction, his intro when they're doing the thing, he throwing up the eye, all seeing eye, and all that shit.
But it's like you guys saying, it's like they said, you know what I mean? Like Alex Jones was always saying that they have to like it's like they put it in front of you. You know what I mean? They have to put it in front of you first. Like all these things, like all these shootings and all these things that we happening, like taking your guns and stuff. It's all in the movies. Like they've put it out there already. Like, you know what I mean? So like the trans agenda, like all that, like that's all out there. They're trying to show everybody, forcing you into the vaccine, whether you want to or not. You know what I mean? And I'm not against either side, whatever someone feels with them. And so you just see it more and more. It's like, damn, in these movies and stuff, it's like, this is the shit that be happening like later on.
Yeah,
also they get you, they've been getting us since before we was born, since probably the beginning of time, through words. A simple word to us really has like 3-4 different meanings, and we don't know it. You know what I'm saying? We could be singing a rap song or something, and it's a seance. It's a curse. We don't even know. We just singing a little child's hymn, little nursery rhyme.
Nursery rhyme, yeah.
That's a goddamn saying. Like these words have meaning, and they be having like 3 different meanings. That's how they get us. That's how they get over on us, man. I just learned that too. Like, the wording, symbolism. Man, it's all kind of stuff, man. It's crazy. The crop circles, they're saying those are symbols. Those are messages they're saying from the folks in the 5th dimension, trying to send us messages, but we're so behind because of all these distractions, Disney, sports, and movies, and entertainment. We're so constructed in our minds from concentrating, we don't understand what the fuck they're trying to tell us. You know what I mean? The Egyptian scripture and stuff, and all the stuff is right there, but we don't understand it because we're distracted by any and everything. They keep us distracted. They keep us busy with something. You know what I mean? And
yes, sir.
Keep right.
They be like, look over here. Look over here. Yeah. They be like, got you. Got you.
Yeah.
Another story that just recently happened. I don't know if y'all seen it. That was like, man, like I never really thought about it until I seen it. Have y'all seen that big ass boat that's trapped sideways?
Yeah.
It's blocking like $480 million worth of shit coming an hour.
Oh yeah. I know you're
Yeah,
talking
like
about.
or like
Guantanamo
480
Bay.
billion. It's like, and I'm like,
And it's
I never thought about it like technology.
Don't say it, Chris. Don't say it, Chris. Don't say it.
Evergreen,
uh,
Hillary Clinton. She used those tankers to move children, to traffic children all over the world.
yeah, Google Evergreen. Google Evergreen.
That's Hillary Clinton's nickname, Evergreen.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's her company.
They say it's shaped like a.
That's her company, like her real company.
Ah, that's not her company. The Secret Service nicknamed her Evergreen.
Oh, okay. I was just asking from a stock perspective, like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta look into that.
She smuggled kids and she puts them in them Evergreen tankers. And she brings them over and they go to the coast. You know what I'm saying? They traffic kids. But it's crazy because they say it's shaped like a the water. What water is that? What is it? Euphrates?
Guantanamo Bay.
No, where the ship is stuck.
Yeah, it's in the bay. It's in the canal or whatever. The man-made canal they made out there.
They say it looked like an ass crack, and where the ship is stuck, it's like something up the ass.
I just see like that one where it's like the dude in the forklift, they're just there like, fuck, like what we gonna do?
That's not coincidence, man.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. How the fuck do you get a big ass? You know you gotta go straight right here, and the other dude goes straight. How you just gonna be like, yo, turn left. All right, you good? What the fuck?
And it's an Evergreen ship. I wonder if they gonna open that motherfucker.
If they do, they ain't gonna show us.
Nah, they're gonna get like a big ass boat to fucking turn that shit straight or something. Like what they were trying to do was like bulldoze like all that. Like, I don't know, were they trying to like bulldoze all that sand so it could get some water to turn or something?
I don't know. Yeah.
Who wanted that thing turned? They would have turned it the first day. They would have had something come out there quick and turn that motherfucker with all that money. They would have had that boat turned. They got that boat stuck there for a reason, you know.
I was just like, man, like I said, like everything's airplanes, everything's been upgraded, and you know what I'm saying, like new designs, new models. And we still using the same old ass boats, but like you said, maybe because you know what I mean. That's how the kids fit better, you know. But it's like, man, that boat look hella old. It's all, you know what I'm saying, rusted on the side. Like this is blocking like 480 billion worth of shit. Like what? Your boats is too damn big. What the fuck a boat doing that big that it can't do a U-turn? What kind of shit is that? How you got a boat and you can't even turn that motherfucker around? The boat's too fucking big.
Billions of dollars a day. Like, man, this boat, sink this motherfucker.
That's what I was about to say. If it was really blocking $400 billion, the second day they'd had somebody out there with C4, like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Let's get this shit moving.
Yeah.
They're gonna watch. Probably by the weekend, they're gonna have something. Like I said, they're gonna be like, hey, you know what? Like, I don't know what it is. They're gonna come up with like so fucking the airlift that shit. Damn, man, like that boat's so heavy, you can't even do that. Like I said, like I don't know. I'm thinking you'd have to get a bunch of boats and chain it and try to like at least pull it straight.
Well, they got those helicopters that could pick up those cargo containers, but
yeah, you're gonna have
that shit like 400 million. They would have had 5 helicopters out there, like, hey, get it, let's make this shit lighter. Come on. And then, like you said, I'm starting to get old enough where everything's done for a reason, or you know what I'm saying. I might not know what the reason is, but that boat just happened to turn sideways for a motherfucking reason. Like, come on, man, you've been doing that same path all your life. Like, that's me, like, going down a one-way street and you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna go this way this time. I'm gonna go the opposite way of traffic just because. Like, come on, man. That shit. But yeah, I seen that picture you sent me, like, and then I seen the Evergreen, and I already knew. When I seen Evergreen, I already knew, like, here we go. Here we go.
It's $1 billion canal too, man. You know that whoever driving that boat was supposed to be on their up and up. Like, if anything, the regular dude traveling the rest of the sea, but when you're on that $1 billion canal, $1 billion driver should have moved around. Like, nah, I got this one.
Yeah, watch out, yeah.
I'm a I'm gonna watch this fight hopefully later. You know what I'm saying? This big the heavyweight fight for the UFC, the Miocic and Ngannou or whatever. Man, dude, I never bet against my boy Miocic, but I think I'm taking Ngannou tonight. But it got me to thinking. Y'all think the the UFC is dead now? You think it's fell off? Like you think well boxing's got hella goofy. So you know what I'm saying? With some of the fights, we're like, I think my kids are excited about Jake Paul fighting tonight or something like that. So boxing ain't boxing, but all this goofy celebrity shit has brought the popularity of boxing back up over UFC. And UFC, it's like, I think when Conor fell off, that's it. That was it for it. Like, you know what? I mean, that's who they had left. It was him and Ronda Rousey taking the UFC to heights it's never been before. Now both of them are washed up. It's like, I mean, Bones Jones is still like probably the GOAT over there or whoever, you know, but it's like all them dudes are gone.
Ain't no new heat. Ain't no new heat. Just take it by storm. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, we had Tyson. Tyson took heavyweight boxing by storm. You know, then Roy Jones, then, you know, then Floyd. Now it's shit. We don't got nobody no more. Shit.
I think my favorite person in the whole UFC is Nunes, the lioness. I love Nunes, but she's a woman, so I don't know why they were doing that for Ronda Rousey, like hella pumping her up. I don't know why they don't do that to Nunes. She the greatest female fighter I've ever seen.
Maybe because she's Brazilian or something. I don't know. But for me, like the US, I think she's Brazilian anyways. But the UFC for me is just like an old classic case of supply and demand. Like, you know, you flooding the market too much. When you flood the market too much, like niggas gonna be like, oh, UFC fight, who is that? Oh, he got knocked out next month. But if you get a star that goes like 3-0, had that dude fight like twice a year, you'd be like, hey man, I can't wait for this fight. This whatever fight is gonna be huge. But if that dude fights in February and then in fucking, you know, May and then again in August and gets knocked out in August, you're like, I don't want to see the December one. He just got clock cleaned. Like, that's just my thing about UFC. It's just like every month, like this dude. Like, yo, slow that shit down.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think they got so the UFC is just so oversaturated. Boxing is, but because there's hella belts in boxing though. Well,
ain't no more mystery either because of social media. You could go on social media. You could see your favorite boxer every day. You know what I'm saying? You watch him eat breakfast and shit. So when you see him on TV, there's no like, you know what I'm saying? It's like rap music. Like back when we was young, when the BET Awards or the Source Awards came out, we was on that shit because the only time we saw him was the old played out videos they had all year. Then now we're gonna see him live. Like, yeah, what are they gonna be wearing? You know what I'm saying? Now we see a rapper that we like. Kids can see him every day, all day, every day, behind the scenes, on the scenes. So when a award show come out, you don't even want to watch that shit. You know, it's just boring. It's played out. You know what I'm saying? It's just like this. We seeing them every day, behind the scenes and all that stuff. There's no more mystery to it. Like when I used to watch wrestling and The Undertaker came out. You know what I'm saying? He's like, who the fuck is this? Everything got dark, the music.
Yeah.
The priest that used to always be with him.
Yeah.
The Paul Bear.
It's just silence. You know what I'm saying? And then like he'll come out for a second, then he'll leave. Not even fight or anything. You don't see him no more until you pay for that pay-per-view on SummerSlam. You know what I'm saying? It was just a mystery about him, you know? But if they would have came out and you see Undertaker fighting every day, like the dude, the wrestler Mr. Perfect.
Yeah.
He was on every fucking show. He be kicking somebody's ass, then he'll fuck up and slip on a banana and lose. You know what I'm saying? Every time, and never cease. But you know, he wasn't excited to see him. He was like, "Oh, Mr. Perfect or somebody." Undertaker come out, you only gonna see him like once a month, probably. You know?
I just think UFC was on top of boxing, and then you know what? boxing just got crazy. They said, you know what? Like they just started thinking outside the box. Like, let's take it back to those Ali days with exhibition fights. Floyd paved the way, and ever since Floyd did it, man, everybody talks shit on Floyd. Oscar De La Hoya is coming back. He was one of the biggest people talking shit on Floyd Mayweather. But now Oscar's back, Tyson's back. You know what I mean? But when Floyd was knocking out McGregor and the little kickboxer dude,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
they was laughing at Floyd, but now everybody's trying to get back in the game.
Coming back for that bag.
But now, like I said, boxing just got so outside the box. YouTube stars are boxing, MMA fighters are boxing. That spotlight is kind of killed off UFC. It's like, now it's like you get good in UFC to make it over here and box for some real money. Like, ooh, hopefully I'll fight like an old boxer and get some good money. Like that one dude fighting Jake Paul tonight. He's like an ex-UFC wrestler.
You see, Tank Davis, he like injured like 10 women or something, 10 people, manslaughter or something. I don't know. Is he on the run still or something? Or?
Nah, he turned himself in. He's facing like seven felonies or something like that, 7 misdemeanor, whatever it is, like that from a hit and run.
They probably have to sit down for like a year.
Yeah. But nah, like I said, I think we just wrap it here. Fuck it. And y'all got anything for the way out?
Nah, for everything. Don't take that shot. I also got hit too. When you take the shot, if it don't kill you, you're highly more potent to give it COVID to somebody. So it's more and more coming out about that shot. So now, if you do get the shot and it don't kill you, you're highly potent to give that shit off to somebody you live with. So,
like maybe
go ahead on and take that shot to keep that job, and then go home and kill your family.
Oh man.
It's like they be trying to put the pressure on you everywhere. Like at work, they keep asking, they be asking me around and keep asking, like, nah, man, like, motherfuckers don't understand. Like, I don't want the shot. Like, motherfuckers think I just changed my mind like the next week or something. Like, dude, I don't want it. I don't want a flu shot neither. Like, you know what I mean? It's not just a corona vaccine. I don't want that. But like, well, you do this, and that. Well, let me do this, and that, and you go take your vaccine. What do people worry about? What I put in my body? You know what I mean? Because I don't want to take a vaccine, but you ain't never cared before about what I'm doing. You know what I mean?
And if they want to take the vaccine, they ain't supposed to help you out to keep you from catching it.
They still worried about non-vaccine people. Like, we gonna get them sick. Don't you already got the cure? Shut the fuck up.
Seems so bad. Go get it yourself. It's to protect you. So once you get it, you'll be protected from me.
Yeah, exactly.
So go get it. Don't force me to go get it. You go get it, and you'll be protected from me. And we can happily ever after.
It's like remember with the free donuts.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying all this corny shit, like get a free sandwich, get a free this. It's like, man, that's what people would give up. You know what I'm saying? Like their belief in not a shot, a sandwich or a donut. You know what I mean? Like I'd be wondering, is that working? Like someone said, you know what? I wasn't gonna get the shot before, but damn, I want a free pizza. Like or hey, I got the shot. Let me go get a free donut. Let me show them my little sticker and go get a free donut.
I already see a free Jordan give away.
Got him.
You lined up for that.
Now, but like, I mean, just real quick about that shot, common sense Marcus, it don't make no sense to take any kind of medicine that's going to give you a 79% successful rate when you got a 99.6% successful rate of surviving in the first place. What the fuck? Like, that's like me getting drunk to cure a headache. Like, I got a headache, so let me just go ahead and get drunk.
Then you got to come back and take another shot. Like, come on, man. It's like you take a shot, it's only like 50-50, something like that, 60%. Then you take the second shot, it's like now you're 70. Then in the third one, he's supposed to like finish. Like, come on, man. It's crazy.
It seems like it's going to be a never-ending thing because they keep talking about new variants coming. Now they're talking about, oh, there's a new variant that's it's it don't, this vaccine don't work good against it. That vaccine works better. So it's like then you're going to start you know what I mean, cross using medicines.
What they're doing now, people don't realize that shit isn't certified. So what they're doing right now, as we speak, they're using folks as guinea pigs. So they're trying to see what works. We don't realize it, but we're the damn guinea pigs right now until they perfect this shit. You know what I'm saying? They probably trying to find a cure to stop this shit, but we're the guinea pigs basically. They're working it out. Okay, give them this. Okay, thousands of people died off of that. Okay, now put a little bit of this in there. Okay, we got it down to 500 people only died off that one. Now add a little of this in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I forget the word is going back on your wordplay earlier, like pay attention to words, but the vaccine is not approved by FCD. And that's people are supposed to be approving everything, or CDC, whatever, whoever it is. I think it's CDC. It's not approved by vaccine. The reason why they got a vaccine is through the fucking Emergency Act, blah, 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 blah. Nigga, it takes years to get officially licensed for shit. Nigga, Corona's only been around for a year, but it's on my Lysol bottle for some reason. But, y'all niggas want to take a shot. Just leave me the fuck alone with that shit. Holla at me when you stop me from going into the grocery store because I don't have my little patch on me. Then we'll get real deal with it. Like, all right, man, now you fucking with my life.
The CDC already said vaccinations don't do shit. They'll kill you before they heal you. The CDC said that.
There you go.
A while ago they said that.
And look up, I think it's like 1985 or 1988. They made a judgment in the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, that you can't sue the vaccines for adverse effects. Like if your child or you get fucked up, you can't sue us no more. But if you go look at like vaccinepayout.org, you'll see as soon as they did that, they paying niggas out still though. Like, yo, shut up. Yo, shut up. I'm sorry your kid died, shut up. I'm sorry this died, shut up. But before that, they wasn't paying niggas out, but niggas wasn't dying though neither. So, it's all
Bill Gates and them got ran out of South Africa.
Oh yeah.
And India, they was fucking kids up.
And real quick, since we talk about the shot, how come in Europe and Germany and all that, they're like, yo, let's put a hold on the shot, it's fucking niggas up. But in America, we're like, free donuts for that shot. Yeah. Niggas is stupid.
Meanwhile, there's countries that don't need shots or vaccines. That's all clean. You know what I'm saying? That overcame it. Where it started from, they ain't need no vaccine, Them fools out there having jam-packed concerts.
It's all a game, but like I said, we missed y'all. That's why we had to give you this extra long, you know what I'm saying? Little snack, little dinner meal to keep you fed for the week or so. We appreciate y'all. I hope that was a lot of hot fire, a lot of hot truth out there. Common Sense Marcus, the Owl, man. Y'all be safe.
And you got any questions, comments, or opinions? Hit us up at the number 3 reasons 2020 at gmail.com. 3 reasons 2020 at gmail.com. And hit the like and subscribe button. It's free. Tell your folks,
sir.
Get at us, leave some comments.
And everybody, be safe out there, you know what I'm saying? God bless everybody. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but health, wealth. You living in Stockton, it's crazy out here. Be safe. And that's it. 209 Tigers. I'm out.
Stop all the hate, not just the Asian hate. Stop all the hate.
Oh, yeah, real quick. The nasal canal and the asshole, that's where the body gets rid of waste. It gets rid of all the viruses and bodily waste. We blow that out. We shit that out. So when you go up there with a swab to test for a virus or a disease, most likely going to find a virus or disease because that's where the waste areas is, your nose, your nasal canal, and your asshole. Look where they're going.
Hey, people that scared of shots, the pills are coming because, like, I watch a lot of CNBC nowadays. That's become my favorite channel. And you hear about all the new stuff first. And anybody who's into stocks or just business in general, you know what I'm saying, know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they said all them people making the shots, they're coming in the pill form, which should give people more clarification that it's nothing more than a severe flu or a bad flu. You know what I mean? If you're going to be able to treat it in a pill form, don't overreact if you have it. Don't overreact to somebody who's been, who has it. You know what I mean? It's coming in pill form. It's coming in pill form soon. Maybe by the end of the year. Watch.
They're trying to get you any way they can. Now they put it in the pills, trying to simplify it for you. Scared of a needle? Well, here's the pill. It's crazy, man. All right. Y'all be safe out there.